Welcome to another ICP update. So yeah, right now ICP seems to be respecting my support zone, and I don't know, and I'm not sure if the second wave right here is in. I mean, this could be a complete ABC structure, but right now we do not really have a big bounce. So yeah, I cannot confirm that it's actually in. So we might get another low. And also another low is kind of recommended because I kind of want to see the price go to the 0.382 extension right here and finish the second wave here, because I don't believe the 0.236 extension is enough. Of course, it could be enough, but I mean, like I said, we did not really get a bounce here, so we're most likely to get another low right here and maybe touch the, let's say, $9 level. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Things are still looking bullish. I mean, I believe we finished the second wave move right here, and this is the main second wave, and now we should start the main third wave, which should end somewhere around this region. Now I've changed this region, and I actually changed it a lot. So this region originally was between the 1.618 and the 2.618, but I thought that it might be a better idea to actually put the 4.618 on the chart as well, and let me explain why. So as you can see, the first wave move to the upside was really strong, and the third wave is not allowed to be weaker than what happened here, which means that in order for this third wave to actually be considered a third wave, it needs, in my opinion, to actually get above the 4.618 right here. And I mean, right here in the first wave, we went up about, let's say, 650%. So, I mean, like I said, from this low right here, we would need to go up at least, like, let's say, 1000%. So that's why I put the 4.618 on this chart and not the 2.618. I believe it's going to go a lot higher than just the 2.618. So yeah, I mean, for now things are looking good, but I expect the price to still go pretty much. I mean, when you look at it from a daily perspective, the price is currently pretty much going down, so it's not really that much going on in the market, and you can even say that maybe the price has just been going sideways, because I mean, it has not really done much. And of course, you can say that, yes, it went up 88% here after bottoming in this second wave, but don't forget, the price was at like $21 before it went to like $5. So of course we went up like 88%. This was to be expected, and I actually predicted this. So I mean, I think you can expect some sideways action for the next maybe 2 days if this second wave does not finish today or maybe tomorrow. And I mean, even if we get like 2 days of sideways action, I really do not want to see more than that, and I really want to see the price go in this region right here, between the 2.272 extension and the 2.618. And this region right here is a good target zone for the third wave that I have on the chart. So I don't think the third wave should break above the first wave high right here, but I think this target zone right here is the perfect target zone for it to top before getting a fourth wave right here, and then a fifth wave, which should finish the first wave, which I don't know where it went. It just went away. Let me put it on the chart again. Actually, I'm not gonna put it on the chart. Let me just draw it for you. So let's see, 1, 2, we should get a 3, a 4, and a 5 to finish the first wave of this big third wave right here. So yeah, after we do get above the previous first wave high right here, you can expect the price to maybe get rejected by the 0.236 10-base Fibonacci extension, and then go in a second wave, which would look something like this, before going in a third wave and going somewhere in this region right here. Now, of course, this does not have to happen. I mean, this move can fail at any minute, and there's always the possibility that this first wave move up fails and the price just goes down and invalidates this move right here. And there's also the possibility that we get another low in the second wave right here. I mean, it's highly unlikely in my opinion, but I mean, you have to think about all of the possibilities. And why am I calling it highly unlikely? Well, in this low right here, we went below the 0.786 extension, And yeah, I mean, after we did that, we pretty much bounced up to some, I mean, right now we are almost at the bull market support band. So we pretty much bounced to the bull market support band, and I expect the third wave right here to get above it. And in my opinion, if we do go in the third wave in the next, let's say 2 to 3 days, I do want to see the price go at least above the red line of the bull market support band. And yeah, I think that needs to happen next week. So if it does not happen, then this move right here will most likely fail, because this is just a microstructure. I mean, these do not really take that long usually. So if this takes like 5 days to finish, it's going to be, I don't know, questionable, because it will make you wonder if ICP can actually bounce to the upside after this low right here, or if this is just a corrective rally. Another thing I want to talk about is the fact that on the RSI, on the daily RSI, we are currently at the 55 RSI level, which is a good sign, because, I mean, the RSI was at like 67 right here, and it almost went overbought on the daily, and that could have been a bearish thing, because, I mean, the price was not even above the bull market support band, and the RSI was overbought. But right now that we cooled off and the RSI actually went below the yellow line, I think that's a good sign. And I think that means that now we have at least some space to the upside to go in this third wave right here, which is really good, because if the RSI continued going to the upside and it went to the overbought territory, if we check out what happened in the past when the RSI went to the overbought, I mean, for example, here we topped in this first wave move, and then the price pretty much dipped about 72%. So we do not really want to see the price go to the overbought territory, at least as of now. Of course, we'll probably get to that level in this third wave right here, or maybe the fifth wave when we go above this previous high right here. So yeah, that's to be expected, but we do not really need the RSI to be overbought right now. Speaking of the RSI, let's also go on the weekly chart. And yeah, I mean, the RSI is currently fighting with the yellow line, and I don't know if it's going to close above it or if it's going to close below it, but if it does close below it, then I expect the price to do something maybe like it did over here. So it should not really be a big deal if it closes below it. And also, check this out, I mean, we were below it for a long time, so it makes sense that the RSI is currently trying to go below the yellow line again. And I mean, right now we can use the yellow line as support, but if we go below it, then it's going to be resistance again. And do we really want that? Well, I don't know. I mean, right now the RSI is at like 50, at least on the weekly. And the last time something like this happened, when we went below the yellow line on the RSI, we bounced to the upside. We actually got above it, and then we dropped below it, and it dropped like crazy. So right now, I do not really want this to repeat, because this would be kind of bearish. And I mean, if we keep dropping in the price and on the RSI is going to go to the oversold territory again. And if it does get to that level, we'll most likely invalidate this first wave move to the upside, which is not going to be bullish. I mean, if we invalidate this, and by the way, the invalidation zone is at about $2.81, let's say $2.82. If we do invalidate the first wave move up, I think that's pretty much going to be the end of ICP. I honestly do not see ICP recovering after going below this low right here. So ideally, that does not need to happen. So yeah, I do not want to see that happen, not at all. And right now we honestly need to stay above the yellow line. Going back to the daily chart, I actually want to remind you what happened in the previous times when the RSI went to the oversold territory, because as you can see, it only went to the oversold territory a couple of times, and it actually went to the oversold right here. And this was very recent, so let's actually see what happened in the previous times. So here are all the times the RSI went to the oversold territory, and as you can see, for example, here we went up 600% after that. Here the price went up about 36%. Here it went up 135%, 31%, 66%, 60%, 82%. and 200%. And right now we are up about 88%. Now, something important to notice is that here, when we went to the oversold territory, we pretty much got to the overbought territory after going up about 460%. But here we went to the oversold territory and we only went up 88%, and we almost got to the overbought territory, which is, it's kind of questionable in a way. But yeah, I mean, this is another thing you need to think about. And even though the price went up after the RSI went to the oversold territory in the past, as you can see, I mean, even though it did that, the price still went down. So right now we do not really want to see a repeat of what happened here, because if we do that, then I mean, the RSI is going to keep going to the oversold territory, then back to the overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, and it's going to look like this, and the price chart is pretty much going to do this, and the price, in my opinion, is going to continue going to pretty much zero if we continue doing this. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please check out my Patreon for some bonus content. And don't forget, gold Patreons get to choose an altcoin for me to cover each month. So if you're interested in that, please check out the Patreon. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.